Here we go. All right, siren sounding over Jerusalem earlier, sending people running for shelter. They're used to it as Iran targets Israel with missile strikes, but not nearly as many as earlier on in this conflict. President Trump reportedly wants to find a way to end the war quickly, sometime in April. Chief foreign correspondent Trey Yingst joins us now with more from Tel Aviv. Trey, what's the latest?
Yeah, Brian, good morning. We start with some big news. Overnight, a strike targeted and killed Ali Reza Tangsiri, the IRGC Navy commander responsible for closing the Strait of Hormuz. I'm told by a senior Israeli official this operation was conducted using both Israeli and American intelligence, and he was alongside senior operational leadership at the time of the strike. This comes as President Trump says Iran wants to deal badly, and Iranian state media says that officials in Tehran have rejected Washington's request for a ceasefire. Now, this all taking place as the Wall Street Journal reports that President Trump has told associates in recent days he wants to avoid a protracted war in Iran and that he hopes to bring the conflict to an end in the coming weeks. This is taking place as intense U.S. and Israeli strikes are pummeling the Iranian regime over the past 24 hours, going after new military infrastructure there. U.S. Central Command says more than 10,000 Iranian military targets have been struck since Operation Epic Fury began nearly 4 weeks ago. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper added that 2/3 of Iran's missile, drone, and naval production facilities have been destroyed. The Iranians are still targeting Israel and Gulf countries with ballistic missile fire. The Israelis are hunting down those missile launchers, but today at least 6 people were wounded in central Israel during the 7th Iranian missile barrage since midnight. As this is taking place, we have some new information from the Wall Street Journal about Iranian demands at the negotiating table, in part desiring full sanctions relief, compensation for the war, and the removal of U.S. bases in the region. Many of these agenda items for the Iranians are considered unrealistic by analysts in the region. You can see on the left side there some of the U.S. demands having to do with Iran's nuclear facilities and their ballistic missile program. The bottom line here, Brian, is that while there is discussion of diplomacy across the Middle East, the United States is preparing for more days and possibly weeks of war ahead. Brian?
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Trey. I appreciate that. And that's good news about the IRGC naval leader being dead. Meanwhile, here to discuss more of this is a very familiar face, but now we got him in person. The former President Trump administration ambassador at large and coordinator for counterterrorism, Nathan Sales. Nathan, great to see you.
Good to see you, Brad.
All right, so let's run through the deal on both sides. So this is a rough framework. The U.S. is demanding dismantling Iran's nuclear facilities. We've always demanded that. Zero nuclear enrichment. We have to first get out the uranium that's still there. Missile constraints, we've already destroyed a lot, but what's going to stop them from rebuilding? Strait of Hormuz, free and safe passage, and end to support for the Houthis, the Hamas, and Hezbollah. Your thoughts?
There's no surprises here. This is what the United States has been demanding of Iran from day one. And not day one of this administration. This goes back to the first term. President Trump has been very clear. No nukes, no ballistic missiles, no proxies. So nobody should be surprised that our war aims have remained totally consistent for the past 8 years.
And just know the talks are supposed to take place as early as this weekend with Marco Rubio and Vice President Vance. I'm not sure if Witkoff and Kushner will be there. Now, the Iran's pipe dream demands are this. No further actions, sanctions relief. They want to get paid for causing this unrest. New payment system for the Strait of Hormuz. They're charging about $2 million for other countries like India to move their tankers through. Removal of regional U.S. bases. Nathan, not only are we not going to remove bases, the Gulf states want us to fortify those bases.
Yeah, these are all complete pipe dreams, non-starters. This would basically reward Iran's aggression and give them what they've wanted since 1979. Their goal has always been expel the United States from the region so that they can be a regional hegemon. And the first people who would say that's not in their interest are the Gulf Arabs. They want America there as their protector to make sure that the Iranian regime doesn't menace them like it has been doing during this war.
Go ahead.
Well, let me point to this one in particular. A payment system for the Strait of Hormuz. This is not just dead on arrival. This was dead on arrival 250 years ago. A basic principle of American national security from the founding has been freedom of navigation. Our first war after the Revolution, Thomas Jefferson sent the Marines into the Mediterranean Sea because the Barbary pirates were trying to obstruct commerce. I don't see Donald Trump backing off of that.
Very familiar with that story. Now let's talk about where we're at right now. We've hit over 10,000 different areas. basically, they say we're at about the 20-yard line. It's going to get a little tougher, but very impressive. 92% of Iran's navy's knocked out. However, they still have those fast boats, which makes you wonder if we're going to move into those islands. And of Iran's missile production, we got 66% of it out. So that's what Admiral Cooper's saying, but we're not there yet.
Right. So the military has a plan, and they're working their way through their target list. This is not something that happens overnight. It's something that takes a couple of weeks. So we need to be patient, let them cook.
I just want to see, just take this clip from the Wall Street Journal today, just to show you how determined the Arab neighbors are. They want us to finish the job, not stop the job, saying this quote from the Youssef Al-Atabi, who's an ambassador there for the UAE. We are ready to join an international initiative to reopen the strait and keep it open. We aren't asking the U.S. to carry the full burden. We're defending our people. Demons trading the real alliances. Trading on the real alliances are built on cooperation and contribution, not dependency. We want Iran as a normal neighbor. It can be reclusive and even unwelcoming, but it can't attack its neighbors. Blockade international waters or export extremism. They want us to finish the job even more than our allies in Europe.
That's right. And you know, the worst case scenario for our partners in the Gulf is an Iran that's really upset because of this war, but not totally defanged. We have to finish the job. That doesn't mean sending in troops. That doesn't mean a ground occupation. It doesn't mean regime change. It means working our way through the target list so that they don't have the military capabilities to threaten us or our friends.
Right. The rumor is we could be taking Cargill, and they say if you do that, we'll shut off the Red Sea. We'll see where this goes. Nathan, thanks so much.
Thanks,
Great to see you in person.
Likewise.
Meanwhile,
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.